US President Donald Trump says his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin has told him very strongly that Moscow would respond to Ukraine's audacious drone attack. The phone call between the two leaders comes as European defence ministers agree to boost support for Ukraine. Europe correspondent Catherine Diss joins us now. Catherine, hello. So what has the US President had to say about it all?
Good morning, Emma. Well, look, news of this phone call dropped late in the day here. US President Donald Trump posting on Truth Social that he'd had a phone conversation with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin and that it had lasted around an hour and 15 minutes. He described it as a good conversation, but he struck a rather pessimistic tone and said that it wouldn't lead to immediate peace. He also said that Ukraine's massive drone strike on airbases across Russia was also discussed and that Mr. Putin warned very strongly that that would be met with a response. Now, this is the first time that these two leaders have spoken since that audacious attack by Ukrainian forces on air bases right across Russia. And we've just seen more footage of that attack released by Ukraine's security service, the SBU. It's rather extraordinary footage where we see drone after drone striking Russian planes on air bases. This was a coordinated attack. It took 18 months to plan and it hit 5 different regions of Russia across multiple different time zones at the same time. There's also some satellite images which show the true extent of that damage from the air, and there is also images of just lines of planes on air bases up in flames. That mission has been congratulated here by some European leaders. Let's take a listen to Germany's defence minister.
You proved that you can use drones to neutralize weapons that might be directed against you. Congratulations to that really impressive operation.
And Catherine, of course, these comments were made as NATO defence ministers met in Brussels.
Yeah, that's right. Look, they've been meeting today to discuss ways to better arm Ukraine. UK's Defence Secretary John Healy also attended that meeting in which the UK pledged to increase its supply of drones to Ukraine tenfold. It also said that it would increase funding for soldier training, but he wouldn't be drawn on whether or not he would up defence spending to appease the White House. Ukraine's Defence Minister also said that Kyiv's allies were willing to pay for defence manufacturing by Ukrainian companies in their countries. But a notable omission from that meeting was US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth. He did not attend, he pulled out. Now, this was a working group that was established by his predecessor, Lloyd Austin, after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But after attending just one of those meetings, he has stepped away from that role as the lead chair of that working group. And this is being seen as just another in a series of steps by the White House and the US to distance itself from the war in Ukraine. He is, however, expected to attend tomorrow, where those conversations will continue.